You can sit, you can walk, you can lie down. Just taking a few moments together to settle in. Giving the body time to come into the practice. And the breath. Together we wait for that in-breath. And we wait for that out-breath. And eventually the sensations of the breath can be felt. Breathing in. And breathing out. If you feel comfortable to do so, you can allow the eyes to close. Resting back in that waiting state. Breathing in. And breathing out. And as you begin to feel the breath, you can feel the presence of the body, the weight of the body here and now. Waiting for that feeling of gravity, the weight of the body resting. Letting the weight of the shoulders settle, arms and hands. Letting the weight of the rib cage settle. And waiting for the pelvis, legs and feet to settle. And breathing in. And breathing out. Letting the eyes settle, the jaw. Waiting for the muscles around the neck and skull to relax. As we rest back in that waiting state. Waiting for the in-breath. And waiting for the out-breath. Feel my body breathing. As I feel the breath, I feel the weight of the body here and now. Let the mind rest back in this feeling of breath and the weight of the body, feeling of gravity. See if you can begin to sense the mind resting back in that waiting state. Let the mind open to the feeling of the sky. Let the ears listen for the horizon, waiting for the sounds in the distance. You know the feeling of the horizon. You know the feeling of the sky. Let the mind rest in that feeling of spaciousness. May you become that feeling of the sky. May you become that feeling of the breath. May you become the feeling of gravity. Together, resting in that waiting state. Feeling of openness. The feeling of the breath. May the mind begin to expand further and further. Until it lets go and relaxes. Breathing in. Breathing out. Starting to come back to the breath. Beginning to awaken the body. When you're ready, letting the eyes open. If you'd like to, you can come up to sitting, but you do not have to. Good. So in today's practice, I'd like to build the feeling of peace. Today's practice is somewhere in between a loving kindness practice and coming to realize the teaching of no sameness, no otherness, we are one. And so what I want to do today is use visualization to help build a feeling of peace, build that feeling of togetherness. So I'll give an example. When I'm in great pain, sometimes it feels like I just can't do it alone. I need help. The feeling is strong. I can't do this. And so in that moment when I feel I can't do this, I need help, I begin to imagine Thich Nhat, his kind and beautiful presence, so soft, so gentle. And I say to him, I'm really struggling. I need help. Will you help me? And he doesn't say anything, but he just gently takes each step, walks over to me with his big smile in his eyes. And as soon as I see his smile, I start to feel happy. Just to see him in his smile instantly brings happiness to my heart. And he sits down very gently and quietly beside me and holds my hand, smiles for a moment, and then closes his eyes and goes into deep meditation. And in that moment, that feeling of him going into meditation, I can feel that great peace. And I feel all of a sudden that I can have that ability to sit, where I used to feel like I can't sit, I can't do this, I can't bear this pain. That feeling of his presence with me, there's a strength of peace and calm that I can feel like a force field around us. And now I have the ability to sit. A feeling of peace is remembered. And for a moment, I can sit. And as we sit together in that image, the pain will come back. But when it does, I open my eyes, and in that image, I imagine him opening his eyes and smiling. And I remember that happiness again. And as he sees that I see that happiness, he goes back into that deep meditation. And I once again, I feel that calming and peace again. And I'm able to sit for one more moment. I'm able to remember a little bit of peace. And that feeling of settling continues. And I keep inviting my teachers and mentors that I have worked with over the years. Perhaps some I've met, some I have not. I'll invite Kornfield, my yoga teacher, the Buddhist nun I have worked with, all of them. And as soon as I start to feel them all with me, some are high in joy, some are deep in peace. But that feeling of peace gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the immensity of their loving presence helps me to sit, helps me to remember that peace. I'm able to bear this feeling of pain because they are with me. I do not bear this alone. So no matter what is moving through you, whether it's pain, Whether you're having a conflict with another, you're remembering it. The first step is to see it, and then to see the struggle that comes, and to ask for help. Because we do not do this practice alone. I do not alone generate peace. We generate peace together. I do not alone get myself out of struggles. Together, we will sit through those struggles. And so we can ask for that help. We can begin to imagine all those beautiful beings coming to sit with us, feeling the strength of their presence. Then that feeling of peace and being able to sit once again will come. Okay, so in tonight's meditation, I'm going to guide a practice where we build that feeling of peace, getting it bigger and bigger and bigger around us. And once we feel that, to be able to sit and to bear whatever comes together. All right, when you're ready, going back into your meditation posture. Just taking a few moments together to settle back in. Beginning with our foundational practice of a waiting state. Waiting for that in-breath. And waiting for that out-breath. Waiting to feel the sensations of the breath. And eventually they come. Waiting to feel gravity, the weight of the body here and now. And waiting until the mind begins to sense the feeling of the open sky. So you may rest in the feeling of spaciousness. You can feel that in-breath. You can feel that out-breath. You can feel the weight of the body here and now. You can feel that open sky. Rest back in the state of waiting. This breath and openness. Continue to allow the mind to expand. And as we hold that open space, things will move through that space. You may hear thoughts. You may notice sensations. Whatever comes through, no, you do not bear this alone. Whatever difficulties may come, you do not bear them alone. As we sit together and breathe, you may even have some pain or discomfort that is present. It may feel difficult to be with. It may feel like you cannot sit. We will build our practice of togetherness, of peace, in those moments of difficulty. Whether it is a teacher or a loved one, whether it is the sky or the trees. There is someone you know or a place you have been that is filled with peace. Let that person or place know, I cannot do this alone. I will need your help. And begin to see that person or place, animal, whatever it is, begin to come gently towards you. You know their presence. You know what it is to gaze upon their eyes and face, or to be amongst them. Feel their beautiful qualities that are present. Imagine them coming to sit with you. Perhaps it is beside you. Perhaps they hold your hand. See the goodness within their eyes, with a space. And then see them rest in deep meditation. That great sense of peace and calm. Feel the greatness of their presence. Feel that peace around you. They sit with you. You are not alone. And maybe just for a moment, you feel ready to sit. That together you can do this. Just for a moment. And any time that difficulty comes back, you can imagine opening your eyes and seeing them. They look at you with great kindness, love. And when that kindness and love is felt, you see them go back into meditation, that deep peace and calm. And when you see that deep peace, perhaps your being feels ready again to settle, just for a moment. You feel their peace all around you. You know that you are safe. And just for a moment, you too know peace. As you continue to sit, imagine another beautiful being come to sit with you. A mentor. Perhaps it is the beautiful sun, snow. Whatever it is, feel its presence with you. You are not alone. These two presents now sit with you. Feel their deep peace and calm. Feel the goodness that they bring. Feel their gentle presence. Feel the peace that they sit with. And if great difficulty moves through you, let them know, I struggle greatly. I will need your help. and see that they are here to help you. That together you sit with this great difficulty. Together you bear this pain. But now you have this great loving presence all around you. You can feel their peace. It's as if that force field gets bigger and bigger as it fills with peace. The energy is calm, quiet. Still. And just for a moment, your being knows that stillness. It knows that calm. It rests and settles. It rests in the in-breath. And it rests in the out-breath. It rests in the kindness that is here. It rests. Continue to invite those beings or places that are full of peace, that are full of stillness, to sit with you. And let that energy of peace grow around you, all of you. So that we may all come to know peace. We may rest in this stillness. And this great calm. As you continue with your practice, you may need moments of reassurance. You can imagine opening your eyes to who is with you. Perhaps they smile back. Perhaps you see them in their peace and great calm. Remember that feeling of happiness and peace. Remember that feeling of great stillness, calm. Remember their gentle embrace of their hands. And the peace that is all around. Take a moment to feel this and rest here. And starting to come back to the breath, beginning to awaken the body. When you're ready, letting the eyes open. If you'd like to come up to sitting, you can. You can unmute yourself if you like and bring palms together. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.